Good morning, or afternoon, I guess. Right, we woke up this morning to rumours, headlines linking United with Hugo Ekitiké, or Ekitike. I'm going to screw this one up. I've done a scout report on him about 2 months ago and I still can't say the guy's name. Ekitike. Yeah, that guy. Either way, yeah, 23-year-old, leading the line for Frankfurt. He's done quite well this season, and according to Florian Plettenberg from Sky Germany, United have contacted Frankfurt in the last 48 hours to inquire and explore the conditions of a potential deal. Now, this obviously comes in the wake of what's been going on with Victor Yokarez. It looks like United are very, very keen to get some striker over the line. Now, the issue with this, I'm just going to call him Hugo because I'm not going to butcher his name anymore, is the price tag, 100 million euros. And 100 million euros is far too much. I think the rumour was somewhere in the region of like 50 when I was doing the scout report that we did on him. And 50 would have been okay, to be honest, but 100 is just absolutely ridiculous for it. Thank you very much. So, he is a relatively unproven striker. Now, 100 million euros is somewhere in the region of about 85 million pounds. We can't justify that on this player. If we was going to justify that, you would absolutely be looking to try and justify that for Victor Yokarez. And I don't even know if I could sit here and tell you that I would want to spend that on Victor Yokarez. I think even that's a little bit too high. I don't know if there's a striker in world football that I'd pay 100 million euros for at the moment. And obviously it didn't take too long for the truth of all of that to kind of emerge. Within hours, you've seen some of the top journalists in the world seem to want to pour a little bit of water on this as soon as that rumour kind of came out. The likes of Romano, Ornstein, they've not really reported a shred of this. So even if there's some truth to the fact that United have inquired, I think that might be where the sort of rumour starts and where it dies on the vine, in terms of, I don't think it's going to go any further. If they want 100 million euros, you just say, cool story, nerd, and then you keep it stepping, I think. I know we're in silly season, but that's silly for silly season, isn't it? 100 million for him is just bonkers. Frankfurt should just come out and be like, yeah, we're not interested in selling him, actually, because that's what that comes as. And then you've obviously got the Victor Yokarez thing. That's kind of developed a little bit since the last video that I did, where you've had the sporting director and the club president of Sporting come out. Last night, Victor Yokarez himself has said there's a lot of people talking. The time for me to talk will come. So obviously, that's going to rumble on. But it looks like there's been a mad fallout with him and with Sporting. So that one's going to rumble and rumble and rumble and rumble. So I would say if Ekitike, nailed it, is nonsense and Yokarez has stalled, where does that leave us in terms of bringing in a striker? It is still early June. There's no need to panic yet, and technically the window is shut, even though that just stops you from being able to register someone at the moment. That's not going to stop you doing the work that you need to do. That's not going to stop you agreeing a deal. It's literally just, it's a load of nonsense. Matheus Cunha is all sorted. That's done. We've seen the photos of him coming out this week. But we still have to bring somebody in. And Mbeumo still hasn't quite got over the line just yet, so we've still got to bring Mbeumo in. That's still cooking. It seems like Brentford quite haven't accepted the terms that we've put on them just yet. So I would expect that one to get over the line. It seems like he's keen on the move. It seems like we're keen on him, and it doesn't seem like we're far apart from what's going on with Brentford. Then you've got Osimhen. Now, the talk was and is that United aren't, hopefully that's not too loud, that United aren't going to push for him. And I think his wages would be substantially more than what you're looking at with someone like a Yokarez. Otherwise, there's not too much between them. And obviously, he's another person that I expect to move at some point this summer. It's just a case of where does he end up going? Who's going to cover the wages that he would demand? So, are United panicking? Is it time to panic? I don't think it is. But I think there's definitely a sense of pressure, and I think there's definitely a desire from United to bring a striker in. I think that's different. Wanting to bring a striker in, feeling the pressure to bring a striker in, and panicking about bringing a striker in are not closely related, I don't think. So it's not a massive issue for us. And the thing is as well, with the level of investment that you're about to put in and how important this season is, United just can't afford to completely balls this up. We have to be able to get this right. That's more important than just getting a striker in over the line. We've seen massive money signings flop time and time again. If we've correctly identified Yokarez, and I'm not saying we have, I'm just saying if we've correctly identified Yokarez as the one that we think can take this system forward and be the striker that Ruben Amorim saw him be at Sporting for Manchester United, then wait for him or pay the money for him. Do you know what I mean? Don't just shit yourself and sign somebody else like Ekitike just so you get a striker in. If you're going to invest the sort of money you're going to invest, you have to just make sure that it's correct. That's all that matters, is being correct, not panicking. The time isn't now to panic. If it's the 31st of August, I might be changing my tune on that, but it isn't the 31st of August. You've got all of June, all of July, all of August to go through just yet. And I believe that they'll get the job done. But yeah, pressure, not panic. I think that's the sort of situation. So I think we're keen on Yokarez. I feel like that's probably going to end up getting resolved. I think Mbeumo comes over the line as well. There hasn't been a lot of talk about central midfielders. Now, for whatever reason that is, I do think we need one. There hasn't been a ton of talk on goalkeepers. But like I said, it's one of them, innit? Anyway, it's my last full day here in Turkey. Stay tuned to Howson IRL for that, or come and check me out on the stories, and I'll show you what I've been up to while I've been here. But yeah, no need to panic just yet, I don't think. I have got a video coming out later on, which is the worry with Victor Yokarez. I'll probably be live over the weekend at some point as well. But either way, cheers for tuning in. See you in the next one. Laters.